The FeiyuTech AK4500 gimbal, not exactly brand new. It's newish. It's 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and it is the newest big boy gimbal that FeiyuTech has. And by big boy, I mean, it can carry heavy cameras and lenses. The payload is 4.6 kilos, which enables it to carry my 1DX Mark II Canon, and with my Canon 24-70 2.8 lens without any problems whatsoever. No like jittery movements, nothing. It even allows me to zoom from 24-70 without rebalance the gimbal, which I think is quite remarkable because it is a heavy lens which stretches out. To be transparent, FeiyuTech did send me this gimbal free of charge because I was working on a different project with them. This is not part of that project, and so I'm just gonna tell you what I think about after using this gimbal now for a while, and if I think it's worth the $750 price tag they put on it. So let's get the basics out of the way. It has all the modes, the full follow, inception, pan follow. It has everything you would expect with a gimbal, with a big brand gimbal. It has. It also has you can lock the arms. It has all that. It has the nice tripod you can put on it, and also it has this extension tube which you can extend. You can put it, take off the tripod, put the extension, and it's like this long. Very long. Big is good. Big is better. Also with movement, it kind of goes without saying, with big brands gimbal nowadays, the movement is very smooth. It's excellent. Buttery smooth movement. It's worth a mention because if it would have crappy movement, none of the other stuff would matter, I guess. I don't do unboxing, but I'm gonna give the box that this bad boy came in an honorable mention because it is a nice box. It's a hard case. Everything fits nicely in the box. The only nitpick I have is that this magic stick here and this shaft with the focus motor came in a different packet, so that does not fit in this nice hard case, which I find a little irritating. It's, I would prefer if everything that comes with a gimbal would fit in one box, but that's a nitpick. So who is this gimbal for? Well, if you have a small, like a lightweight mirrorless camera, this is probably a little bit too much for you. For example, this guy here, the FeiyuTech AK4500, which would be a much nicer gimbal for this. Small, it's great. I can even put this camera. This is my Canon 5D Mark IV with my 16-35. That actually, this gimbal actually holds that camera. I can use it with that, but barely. So anything heavier than that, you're gonna need this one. In the description, there's a link to a review I did about the AK2000C if you're interested in that. So the AK4500 weighs in about 1.7 kilos, just over 1.8 maybe. And like I said in the intro, it can handle easily my Canon 1DX Mark II with the 24-70 2.8 lens. Together, this camera, this lens weighs about 2.6 kilos. Now, that's way under the 4.6 kilogram payload the gimbal can handle, but this camera setup combined with the gimbal weighs in about 4.3 kilos that you're carrying around, plus the weight of a monitor. If you have a monitor, I do recommend you using that. and a mic or other accessories, and this adds up. Especially if you're trying to do some fancy movements, you can really start to feel the weight. But the gimbal is fine. The gimbal can carry it, no problem if you can. I even seen, I don't have a RAD, but I have seen people use RAD cameras on this gimbal with no apparent issues. This gimbal has this touchscreen, which I can control everything. All the gimbal settings, the modes, everything, and even the camera settings I can control with this touchscreen. And I find that amazing because I really don't like when I have to hook up my cell phone to control an accessory like this. I don't like it. I much prefer this. This is much nicer. And the smaller gimbal, the AK2000C has it also. I've seen other gimbals with screens, but not as advanced as this one. I could be mistaken. Another cool thing with this gimbal is you can change it. Like if I would take this guy off like that, then I have just like a normal gimbal, and I add this, then I have the underslang nice to go low, and you can also control everything from this magic wand here. But another thing you can do, you can put it on like a frame, like a ring, like a double handle ring, like you can see here on this photo, and that's quite cool. Then you just take this unit here, you put it on the bottom of the ring, you take this unit here, and you put it as a handle on the ring. Then you have all the controls and stuff like that. I haven't tried this, but I think it's awesome because you can fully accessorize it. You can have a mic and monitor and all kind of stuff you need, which might be difficult to fit on the gimbal per se. But that's definitely something I'm going to try out. I've seen review from people who use this, and they say it's really good, and I'm going to take their word for it. It comes with a focus motor. You can both use to rack focus and also to zoom in and out. And you can control everything both through the knob you can see here and the knob you can see here on the magic thingy, the magic stick. And I'm going to explain to you now why I call it the magic stick. Just look at this. Semi-useful, but maybe more like this. Because with this you can do everything. For example, if you want to have like somebody to pull focus, they can pull focus with this thing just remotely. You can even attach a screen here. That's why this is for. You can attach a screen and you can rack focus. And you also, if you're having like some major movement with the gimbal, one can control the gimbal and another one can control the camera. You know, I find this pretty cool. This gimbal has replaceable batteries, so you don't need to charge it via USB, which I think is good. Because, you know, you're shooting, you are out of batteries, you have a spare batteries, and you can replace that. You don't need to stop and charge the gimbal. It has 4 rechargeable batteries, which they say will last you about 12 hours, which is a lot. But it takes up to 5 hours to recharge them, so take that into account. So, you know, with 2 batteries set, you should be good. It should give you like 20 hours of shooting time. So when it's all said and done, I don't find anything wrong with this gimbal. It's a great gimbal. I've used it a bit now, and it has, like I said, I don't see any problems. The only thing, and that's nitpicking, the only thing is this handle here. I think it could be a little bigger with some grip or something in it. It's like I keep hitting the wheel. It's a little bit too small, and the screen on it is tiny. It's tiny. I don't see it. So I'm like this, trying to cross my eyes, and yeah, I don't see it very well. So I mean, to say something, that would be it. But if that's the only thing I can find, it's a pretty good gimbal. So the verdict: is it worth $750? Yes, absolutely. It's worth every cent. As a matter of fact, and that's completely off topic, I'm always amazed with how little gimbals and drones cost. I feel like, you know, if you compare it to like a ball head, like I have a ball head that costs about $1,000 for a ball head. I can get a flying camera for $300, and I can get a gimbal. I can get this gimbal for $750. It makes no sense. But that's I bought an ND filter for like $300. It's yeah, and then you can get a flying camera for the same, or a gimbal. But like I said, off topic. I hope you got something from this. This is my opinion, of course. It's a great gimbal. I recommend it. I hope the first few days of this year have been great for you. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.